Tarkov can be a beautiful game. Just look at that sunrise. With the right settings, post effects, even on a low-end PC like myself, you can make this game look stunning. A lot of you have been asking for my post effects, graphics, and keybinds, so that's what I'm going to go through in this video. Let's get straight into it. So let's go down to the settings and get into it. So, initially, I haven't changed too much on here. My health color scheme is polychrome. I don't think anything else here has really been changed. Double click item to quick use, I have in raid only, just so you don't accidentally drink that moonshine in your stash. I don't have automatic RAM cleaner on. My FOV is set to 65. I find that works for me. A little bit bigger is nicer just so you see a little bit more, but I prefer to have it in the middle because it just makes aiming and using scopes like the Spectre and things like that just a little bit better. Head bobbing, have this at 0.2. You do not want to have this higher or your character's just gonna bob as much as he wants when you're running. I only have malfunction notifications on and the rest of these don't really matter. Now into the graphics. So, I am playing on 1440p and I have a 16:9 aspect ratio. My computer isn't the best, I will admit that, so as you will see my graphics are set quite low. So I have my textures on medium and pretty much everything else is low or off. So shadows I have to off, object LOD quality is set to 2.5, my overall visibility is 1000. I've heard that you don't really need more than 1000, anything less and you start to not see people that are far away, but anything more just uses up a lot of your computer's memory. The anti-aliasing I have set to TAA, resampling is 1x off, the next the next 6 actually are all set to off just because, I don't have the best setup. Sharpness I have that set to 0.6 and lobby and FPS, these are just set to the max. I have high quality color on and everything else is actually set to off. Streets lower resolution mode is set to on and even with this on I still don't get good FPS. That's why you guys haven't seen many Streets videos on my channel. It's just very difficult to record and play when just playing alone without recording is already pretty heavy on my computer. So that's it for the graphics. As you can see, I probably need to upgrade, but let's get into the post effects. So for these, I have quite a unique one, I would say. I have brightness set to 35, saturation set to 40, clarity set to 85, colorfulness set to 60, luma sharpen to 40, adaptive sharpen to 7, my color grading is on Clifton, and the intensity set to 60, colorblind mode is set to Tritanopia, and the intensity is 65. Don't ask me why I have them set like this. I watched a few videos a while back when I was setting up my settings and these sort of figures just work for me and I played around with the color grading and colorblind mode and now I've got Tarkov to a place where I think it's relatively visible. It's a little bit dark in some areas, but I enjoy the color scheme and the brightness as I have set. I do have my NVIDIA control panel on, so I sort of just adjust the brightness a little bit, but other than that, that's basically what I'm running. Now we'll move to the controls. I haven't changed these too much, despite what you may think. So these first ones are all set to the same, my lean, aim, whatever. Switching between sides, I have this set to Alt Mouse 4. So my mouse only has 2 buttons on it, on the left side. So I have changing the scope magnification set to one of them, and then switching between sides is set to the same one, but I just push Alt, because the button below that I actually have set to drop item. Because you're always dropping things, so I want that to be right there as I need it. I haven't changed any of these. Free look is obviously mouse wheel down. Toggle helmet device and the NVG and face shield is set to N. I think I haven't changed these too much. My push to talk is set to K. Obviously you don't do that too often, so it's in the middle of my keyboard, but how often do you really VoIP, right? Phrases, checking time and things like that, I haven't changed. Toggling tactical devices, again, haven't changed, and everything here is still the same. My interact is F. Grenades, I always just use G. Reloads, I haven't changed. Backpack, double Z to drop the backpack. I think that's pretty standard, haven't changed that one. All of these as well, still very plain and vanilla. Check ammo's Alt T, switching fire mode, B, as you normally have it. To fix the malfunctions, I have this set to Shift T, so if I get one, I'll have to push L to inspect the weapon and then Shift T to fix it. Unload chamber and detach magazine, I don't think I've ever used this once, so not much to say here. Prone is obviously set to X, sprint on shift, C on crouch, and things like that. So with my crouching and walking, obviously you hold down the C button and then scroll with the mouse wheel, and that sort of adjusts your speed of your walking or the speed of, or not the speed, the height of your crouching. So caps lock and mouse wheel will make me walk faster or slower, and holding C plus the mouse wheel will make me, I guess, crouch more or less. These ones all here are probably what I should be using a lot more. I do not use them at all. I think it's just a little bit too much overkill. I obviously use the lean and the slow lean and things like that, but doing the sidestep and things like that for like a quick peek, I don't think I'm quite at that level yet. So these are all set to default and I do not use them. Inspecting the weapon, set to L. Have never folded or unfolded the stock. I didn't even know that was in the game, so that's pretty cool. My inventory is on tab. Jump is space, as you can imagine. Melee is H, and my weapons are just set to whatever. So this is a cool one here. My slot 4 and 5 are both set to 4, but I have one of them on press and one of them on release. So what I generally do is when I go to my character, I'll put a heavy bleed med on the first 4, and then I'll put like an IFAK or something on the second 4. So when I get into a gunfight and I push 4, it's either going to use the heavy bleed, or if I don't have a heavy bleed, it's just going to use the med and heal me up. So this is sort of like using one button and it does two things. It's either going to fix your heavy bleed or just heal you up, and I find that super helpful. The rest of them I haven't changed because I tend to just run a Kalok and a Salewa or something like that. So I just leave these as B since I don't really have those items set up there, if that makes sense. Scope elevation, I don't use this too much, so I've just left these to page up and page down. I generally just leave it as is. I haven't had too much trouble with bullet drop. It's really hard to see people past like 150, 200 meters anyway, so I sort of just wing it. So discard, this is what I was talking about. I've got this at mouse 3, so that's the second button on my mouse. Holding breath is left alt, and another important one is the shoulder transition. I have this set to V, which I personally like. It's really easy to reach. Obviously when your fingers are on WASD, you can very quickly push V. If I had an extra button on my mouse, I would probably set it to that, but yeah, that is what it is. My sensitivity is 0.17 and my aiming is 0.26. These should probably be the same, but I don't know why this swipe, I just set them up like this and it's been working pretty well for me. And just for reference, my mouse is on 1600 DPI, so 1600 DPI with 0.17 sensitivity. That's pretty much all there is to it. I don't know if I missed anything, sort of just made this video because you guys asked for it, but yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, or if there's anything I should be changing that you guys find helpful. And again, if you enjoyed this video, hit that like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.